God damn it, Robo.
That was for you,
That
Fuckle.
was for you.
Fuck.
Hi, everybody.
Fuck me.
Like, I just gave up. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Ampistrano. I'm your storyteller, D&D Jordan Lee, joined by this phenomenal cast. But before we get into our announcements, you're actually going to get to hear from some of our cast members as they have some things that they wish to plug for this upcoming week. So let's jump over to Fair.
Hi, I'm Fair. Fuck, this is new. Sorry. We don't normally plug our own shit at the top. I got in my head about it. Hi, I'm Fair. You can follow me on Twitter at Fair, blah, blah, blah. I just want to say I am guesting on Faeforge Academy for the next couple of weeks. So, the first episode featuring my voice dropped yesterday. So if you like me and Faeforge, you should absolutely check it out. You should like Faeforge. You don't have to like me, but you should like Faeforge.
You should like Fair.
Amazing.
You should like Fair, always.
I have to proposition that they changed the campaign name to Fairforge Academy.
Oh. Okay.
It's still pending. Still trying to get those signatures.
Got it. Thank you so much, Fair. Oh.
Yeah, no problem. I nailed it.
You did great.
No, I'm gonna let Sin do the other one.
Okay, Sin.
Okay. Well, next week on Tuesday and every other Tuesday thereafter, you can join the wonderful crew of Waffle Maples and Syrup in a story of Delta Green, where this particular week we are dealing with a particular challenge with a certain building, which I believe is due to be up for market in about a week or so. Nothing could possibly be going wrong in a story of the supernatural that we try to avoid and the murders that result sometimes because of it. So, if that is your thing, if that is your interest, you can find us next week at 8:15, I do believe, p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of your suspenseful, spoopy shenanigans and perfectly normal people who deal with them.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Sin. April, it's gonna be you because Robo just walked off.
Hello. Hello. Do you want? I'll do it.
No, dude.
Okay. Hello. I'll do a couple things. Catch me Wednesdays when we're on. This is how we roll. Hope LaVale's doing a really awesome game. We're about to do episode 3 next week of a 6-part series, so come check us out. But also, starting Thursday, yay! You can see Toby or Robo Goblin down there, and I on Arkenholt Academy Universe. We're doing a thing on Thursday.
Amazing.
We helped make a magic school, so come check us out. Be magical school students. I almost said girls. That's the wrong thing. I should have written this down. I did not prepare for this. Also, another thing I would like to plug. Carrying Comfort is doing a Vampire the Masquerade Villains game. We are crowdfunding it very soon, so please come check us out. Fair's also going to be in it with me, and we just made our characters. We're really excited. I've had 5 cups of coffee today, so this probably was a bad idea, but yay! Let's do this.
Amazing. Robo, you just typed something. Do you have something as well?
Yes, me. Hi. I'm gonna be on Venture Maidens next week. It's a dream come true. So if you want to drop in,
I'm so excited for that. Also, put in a good word for me because that's one of my favorite podcasts.
I literally said everybody in the cast of Ampistrano should start guesting here. I'm just saying. But yeah, so I'm gonna be on Venture Maidens next week at 6 p.m. PT. Just stay tuned for my Twitter. And we're also going to have AceCon on February 9th to 12th. No, 10th to 12th. So just stay tuned for that.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Robo. And Finn.
How are you now? I'm Finn Archer at Finn Says What on Twitter. And I have projects that are going to be announced soon. However, I'm not going to plug anything of mine at the moment. I am first and foremost in life a father, and I have a little cottagecore satyr of a daughter who is like putting together very nice little crochet
So cute.
bits and accessories for, you know, all the lovely peoples out there. So if you are interested before the Etsy shop goes up on getting into some commissioned crochet designs, either for apparel or for accessories. She's done dice bags before for folks. She's very proud of this little mushroom sling bag that is just the most adorable thing.
That's so cute.
So if you want in on any of that before the Etsy shop goes up, go ahead and DM me at Twitter. Those DMs are open again at Finn Says What. And other than that, I love all your faces. I love that we are back together. This is us catching up on the holiday family Christmas that we didn't get together.
Pretty much. Awesome. Please go check out and support all these amazing projects. Other quick announcements. We're happy to welcome Tabletop Loot and Devin Rue into the Vale of Ampistrano. With that being said, Tabletop Loot is officially sponsoring Ampistrano. So you can pick up some amazing dice or a loot box using our link that is being posted in chat. Percentage of your order, as well as there will now be weekly giveaways of a set of dice. So please be on the lookout for that information soon. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. They just showed off. Oh, it's me. I handle the social media. We just announced yesterday there's a Dice Lovers loot box that is now available. So listen, for the dice lover in your life, go pick it up today. Next note, as you can probably tell, our announcements going forward are going to be shifting to smaller ones at the start, and all the affiliations, etc., are going to be popping up more in the middle. This will give us more time to play, plug the things that we're involved in during the week, as well as push the things that are going to really help us and signal boosting incredible creators each week. So we'll be bringing a creator spotlight each week to just, hey, shout out the amazing people in the community. Speaking of creators, we want to take a moment to signal two that are phenomenal and have done a lot in the space, but are having some trouble right now. The first is Brandy Rose. Brandy is a fantastic streamer, writer, pro GM, and producer that does a lot of work with mentoring creators in the space. She is currently trying to leave Texas and head back to Germany to be in a healthier and safer space. So you should be seeing in chat momentarily, there will be a GoFundMe link that is popping up. The GoFundMe is closing, I believe, later. They will be popping up. The GoFundMe itself will be shutting down, I believe, later this week. So any help that we can give them, that would be greatly appreciated. The other one is Zerjester. Zerjester is the TTRPG officer with one of the best labs on Twitch and YouTube sphere. Zero has published several TTRPG modules, has done charity drives, and does some incredible designs, which you can find on his Threadless warehouse. He and his partner need to leave Colorado and are making a push to head to the Midwest. So if, again, any help or assistance would be greatly appreciated. And if you can't give at this time, retweets go a long way. So this brings us to our Patreon because we just revamped it. So if you want to see the latest news and updates, we've revamped some of the tiers to make it a bit more fun, including some sneak peeks into our upcoming merch which, oh my goodness, it's adorable. I'm super excited about it, as well as our website. We want to pay our cast, guest, and get more artwork, music, etc., as well as supporting other creators in this space. You all have been helping us to achieve that, including helping us get a new intro for our channel. So we make sure to update our Patreon 3 times a month on Tuesdays, with a very special thanks to Sphinx Rel, Seven, Mama Strange, Fluffy Snowfall, and Buzz Lightyear for your support. So, our new intro, which you are about to see because I'm about to shut up with announcements. Aren't you happy? I am. So, our new intro, which you're about to see, was created by the amazingly phenomenal Wes Franks, Thirst Trap Moth on Twitter, as well as Carrion Comfort Studios. Please, please, please consider commissioning them, hiring them for projects. They're an absolutely phenomenal individual that I have had the pleasure of working with for a number of different projects. Highly recommend. Fair, no. Please go check that out. Anything else before we dive into this?
No, seriously, go sub to the Patreon so Jordan will let us level up. Okay, thanks.
Wait, we can level up if people subscribe?
I'm not saying a
Yes,
damn
it's
thing.
canon.
That
It's
is
canon.
y'all.
That's-
If you
That's what
subscribe
the
to your
rumors
Patreon,
say.
I'll do a thing. I don't know what the thing is, but I'll do it.
Sin
If
is
you
back
subs-
at it with like inciting riots against Jordan all of a sudden at the beginning.
Wait. Oh, wait, I started this.
Oh, okay. Well, we're all in it.
First of
We're all in
all,
it
you
together.
better.
Man.
But also, if you sub to our Patreon, I will do something that I hate the most, and I will DM a one shot. I love it.
What?
Y'all make it happen.
Sup right now, everybody.
Where's
I
the
literally-
website? Where's the
I-
website?
I hate DMing. I hate it, but I will do it if we get 15 subs.
I love it.
Okay, bye.
Amazing.
Okay.
All right, y'all. And without further ado, let us go beyond the veil of Ampistrano and see this opening video.
Yay!
So creamy.
I hate it here. We're live.
That was
Welcome
just
back.
gross.
That was just
I don't know
gross.
why. It was just so gross.
One might say moist even.
No. God damn it.
Oh my god.
But are they warm?
Hi, everybody.
There you
Our we are unhinged today.
Yeah. Oh
This is
boy.
goblin energy, everybody.
Yeah.
Hi everybody.
Gremlin
Also, thank
energy.
you for that raid from Raven. We love you so much.
Hey.
Thank you so much. Okay, let me try and get some order back. So, where we last left our adventurers, Theodora, Aurea, Toby, Blackstone, and Cal all found themselves in the river town of Illipin. For one reason or another, whether it be to explore the Harvest Festival or continue work, or perhaps to try and get some schooling. The group dealt with a runaway cart which had been magically tampered with a strange crystal that seemed to have an impact on anyone that came into conflict with it. With the help of Sam, a halfling gem wizard, Greenwich, a shopkeeper, and Deidre Warrington, head of Astera, you all followed the trail to find that the headmaster of Lyros, Pithyweather, and the secretive Ouroboros Society were behind many of the misgivings and misadventures that had been happening in Illipin. Several battles broke out, with a transformed Greenwich and a captured Sam, a giant golem, and Pithyweather themselves, with you all claiming the day, but leaving many questions unanswered. For the next 2 weeks, you all scattered like leaves to run errands and plan your next steps. Rain falls for the next 2 weeks as well. The skies an endless gray, and winds blustering through the quickly changing leaves. There's a coldness in the air that seems to bite at anyone that sets outside of their homes, not uncommon for Illipin. You all have also been moved from the River's Inn to the graduate area of Astera. to a series of small cottages wrapped within the tree line just outside the city. This was done for safety and for the ease of Deidre's pockets. So, during this 2-week time period, what would be something that you all want to do? And I'll let any of you choose to jump in first.
I think at this moment, we would see Cameron Pan on Blackstone going to a certain shop where he picks up a set of clothing that are clearly not his size. And I think at the end of that purchase, like that exchange, you would see a small mouse running along the end of their arm, kind of like sniffing at the bag before jumping into it.
Yes, you head over during probably the last couple days, like a day or two from the battle with Pithy Weather, as the festival, the patrons, the merchants, the caravan is starting to kind of clear out. Everybody's starting to head back to their reaches of Ampistrano. And you head over to Familiar Fashions, where you do see there are several individuals that are cleaning up, but you do see that there's like a small suitcase with the clothing in what appears to be leaves that are kind of wrapped together, almost like a little clothes jacket to keep them dry in the rain. And it's in just this tiny suitcase. There is a little miniature runway, of course, on the open suitcase itself, for any last minute adjustments or changes that needed to be made as well. You do see there are a number of people that are clearly were like, oh yeah, I'll come back later, and they're trying to track those people down now. But you get the scarf, the jacket, the little satchel, and the little mask for Corbin. Everything seems to fit just fine. He seems extremely happy as well. So, especially since it's gotten a lot cooler here in Illipin. Ora, you had mentioned you wanted to go back to the shop as well, correct?
Yes. Aurea was just gonna go pick up random little things for
Okay.
her friend.
Sure. Is there anything in particular that you would have been looking for?
Because we don't know where we're traveling, a little sweater,
Okay.
a little scarf, a little like umbrella so she could stick it in the top of the cage
Sure.
if they're in somewhere hot, and a little bed to go in the cage because it just looks sad with that little bed in there.
Sure. Okay. You do have a helper that comes over to assist you. It seems to be like half orc, half dwarf individual that is helping you out with some of the fittings, getting the measurements, things like that from you. What color sweater would you be looking for?
Probably red and brown. She's kind of getting colors that match the wings.
Sure. Okay. You're able to get the sweater, the umbrella, the jacket, and the little bed. It's going to cost you about 8 gold for everything in total.
Excellent. Worth it.
And it, of course, comes with the little, business card that they have if you need further adjustments or anything else. But is there anything else that I would imagine you and Blackstone probably would have walked together to do this? Is there anything else that the two of you would like to do during this time?
Be more like, sorry, I didn't mean to bother you here. I just, I remember the store and I wanted to get some things.
Oh, well, that's fine. I don't mind the company.
How are you?
Fine, right. I keep forgetting that we're not using our inside voices today. So,
Oh, that was in my head. Oh, I always forget that you could do that sometimes. I don't know why.
right. Well, we're picking up things for Corbin because didn't want to forget, but also, accommodations aside, I feel like us moving out of the River's Inn was probably timely. I don't know where we're going to go, but probably won't be here long. And, well, I hope you get to do a couple of things before then. Some of them, at least for me being, errand. I would like to find places to repair things.
That'd probably be handy. We have been taking a few hits and things are less new as they once were. She looks at her staff that's taken some little hits. I'm sure we can find this. Is a pretty big enough town, and now that most of the tourists are leaving.
Is your staff magical?
No, it's just the staff.
Oh, okay. Would you mind if I have a look at it?
Oh, not a problem.
I just mend it.
Oh shit. Well, and you need a. You can do that.
As long as they.
So many things.
As long as they're non-magical things.
That's really neat. You know what? Let's find you a place to mend your things then. And I will help. That's not your name. Blackstone. I will help Blackstone find a place to get.
Did you almost say no more?
Yeah,
Did you almost say?
name one?
Yep.
Yeah. I did.
Everyone else to know, Sid joined the call with a different character name.
Yes, Blackstone. I would be happy to help you.
Okay. And you all will be kind of making a promenade around Illipin, mending things. Are you mending random things as you're going, Blackstone, or are you looking for specifically your stuff?
Well, I'm walking, like, the thing is, like, just going about places and fixing things is kind of like a core part of his programming, and one of the things that just brings him, as close to joy as most being experienced. So he regularly makes time to go about and do those things.
Okay. You can definitely do that. You find a number of, whether it be ropes around the city, to boxes, to even, toys, especially around the caravans. They're needing some assistance with mending things together. So you are able to roll, for each day that you do this, you'll be able to roll a D8, and that will be how many spirit points you get back that day.
Okay.
So that will be something that you will be able to do as many times as you need to, since you did just expend a number of those points, and as you're taking time to do an activity you enjoy. So definitely can do that. How long would you be out? Do you think a couple hours, or is this like a speed walk around the city?
Probably a couple of hours. So, like, in that time, other questions would come up. Things like, hey, Oria, part of the reason that I mend things is because it's very connected to kind of like, the core of my person. If almost like it's why I'm built in a way. So it's something I very deeply enjoy. Do you have things like that you enjoy a lot doing?
Oh, I don't really. We didn't really have a lot of extra time growing up. We kind of worked a lot and did a lot of things. I always had to help my parents out, so I didn't have a lot of free time to do things like that. Fighting. That was all we really did in our spare time. Between my sister and I.
Is that something that makes you feel good after a difficult day?
Well, when I do new things and get stronger, I do feel better about it.
Well, I suppose if, repairing things is that for me, maybe we should go and do something like that for you. So, do you need to find a fighting place, a sparring gym?
Well, Theodora and I were talking about going back to the place with the books, to the bar.
Oh, that could be a lot of fun.
I feel like even if the festival isn't going on, it would still be very lively.
Well, if the last couple of days have been any indicator, people who want to fight are going to be relatively easy to find.
That's also usually true. And I like that place. It's safe, and you can try new things and learn things and learn from other people. in a more safer environment.
If that's the case, I might have to join you. It'll give me some time to practice other tactical things.
Yes, I mean that's why it's perfect. You could practice things, you can try different styles, things that you wouldn't do in a life or death situation, because you know at the end of it there's going to be someone to pick you up for sure.
This sounds fun. We should ask the rest of the group if they want to join us later.
Yes, I'm so excited. Yes, let's do that.
DM question. Is it raining right now?
Yes.
Right this second?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Aurea, do you like being rained on?
I don't mind it. I like being outside. I like with a lot of things, the weather's just part of being outside. I
What
know
a
that might be
logical,
weird.
what a
but
logical thing to say. I like it.
people always seem to like one thing or another, but I think it's beautiful when it rains. It's also beautiful when the sun is out. And without one or the other, we wouldn't exist, so I appreciate it.
Oh, that reminds me. At some point, actually, you are. Would you say that being a monk is a profession?
Yes, it's what I'm going to do. I'm to protect the clerics when they go out. At least that's the plan when I get back.
Well, following that moment back at Weather's office, I think it might be useful for us to talk about how to I do not know exactly what the word is for it yet, but I was able to take my will to help Sam and make them into tangible things like this. And I pull out one of these ethereal looking arrows and I go, I feel like the rest of us would benefit from learning how to do things like this.
Interesting. Can I look at the arrow? Can I hold on to it? Is it like physical?
Roll a perception. Actually, no. Roll a spiritual check.
I don't remember. I don't
What's
remember how
that?
to do
Would
that.
that be?
That is basically, it's a spirit check. So you would have Aurea, you would have a +4. Sin, you would have a +3.
Natural 20!
Yeah. Okay.
This is gonna be a great second season, y'all.
And I think it fits perfectly. You see Blackstone pulling this arrow, what color, Blackstone, is the color of your soul?
Well, like it's one of those things that we've been going back and forth about between two colors, but we will say for this one, this is indigo. This arrow is indigo.
You see an indigo, almost iridescent arrow that is ghostly and spectral in form. Like there's moments as you're reaching in and it does feel like there is an arrow you are holding in your hands, but it feels lighter than a feather. But you, specifically being a monk of the moon, can see the shifting and the weight that this arrow also has.
I think for flavor, because it was a nat 20, if you allow, when
Yeah.
I'm holding it and looking at it, I kind of poof in and out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I start kind of phasing as I'm looking at it, so I see it in both the spirit world and in our world.
Yes.
Interesting. I think I might be able to figure out how we could do this. And as I'm phasing, I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to try to make spirit energy, but like around my fist. I'm
Okay.
going full anime, like just shaking back and forth, seeing if I can develop the spirit energy.
Okay. How are you what are you focusing on specifically as you are trying to do this?
I am trying to channel the veil, everything I know about that, the mother, the fact that I know the whole death and veil has changed recently, and trying just to focus that all into making myself stronger so I can protect.
Okay. Roll then, and you'll have advantage. With that nat 20, we'll play off of that. Roll another spirit check. So another +4 to whatever you were rolling with this d20.
12, 30, 16.
Okay. It takes a bit. From a couple of minutes, you're standing in the rain as it's kind of falling around you. Arrow to one side, and you're focusing in, you're making that fist, correct?
Yeah.
Trying to make it manifest. What are you trying to make it look like?
I think at first it looks just like whenever you see her poof in and out, it's always like this kind of haze and shimmer.
Sure.
A little bit of darkness, a little bit of smoke, with like no real source of smoke. So it's gonna kind of be a shimmering, black and gray and smoky with like flecks of red.
Okay.
From her soul.
It sputters. But after a moment or two, you do see it starting. It's very faint. Not as bright as how Blackstone's arrow is. And granted, this is a new ability that you are tapping into. So you haven't properly honed it in. And that's something you know you can work on. But there's a faint glimmer of what color would Aureus' soul be?
That's where the red and the
Yes.
oranges and browns start popping in, like kind of mimicking her wings.
Sure. Yeah, you see it kind of hovering around. You are able to manifest it.
Looking at Blackstone, I think with some training, we could all probably start trying to channel that and using that for our advantage. I do think it would take a lot out of someone, and they would have to be very careful. But with training and with proper usage, that could save us all. I'm sorry. You must speak up.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking out loud. Which is rare, actually. I should talk to Cal about this.
Oh yes, Cal would probably be a really good person to check. They know all the magic smart things. Probably should stop hitting them in the head, though.
You know something, Oreo? I have a secret for you that you might find useful for, I suppose, whatever this training is.
Oh, what is it?
So why don't I tell you on the way to, where are we going?
I thought we were looking for someone to fix your gear.
Oh, right. More mending things. We
Yes,
are fixing things.
magical mending.
We are fixing things for other people. Oh, you know. I'll explain this while we're looking for other things to mend. So, in the city that I lived in before we came to Astera, there was a magic school there. And for people who could not afford going to school, they gave them jobs to do. They taught them magic for cleaning, repairing, feeding small animals and things. And that was used in exchange for school. So people, at least in that city, learned that aside from just being intelligent and maybe somewhat eccentric, wizards were also people who cared for the places that they lived in and were at least somewhat practical in the things that they learned how to do.
That sounds really effective and useful.
It's fun.
It sounds like it. Maybe we could see it sometime.
Well, and there is like if there were an approximation for like a wistful look about a facial expression on an automaton, that would be Blackstone's face right now. Goes, maybe. Although I have to wonder if the people there would be concerned about seeing me there. That, however, is a story for another time.
Concerned. Well, I'm very excited to hear that story. You must make sure to tell us. And, I mean, if we don't go back, we have lots of Ampistrano to stay still. I mean, if that's still the goal of everyone else. We haven't really talked a lot about what we're going to do with the group yet.
Well, what role would there be for, I need to say this and make sure other people aren't necessarily listening?
A perception check.
Okay. You know something, I'll roll a perception check.
Ooh.
Okay, so that is a 22.
22? As you are walking the streets of Philippine, you do see some individuals that are kind of darting underneath, the canopies outside of certain, shops and taverns that are around. Most everyone seems to be further away from where you and Oria are. You do not see anyone that's listening in.
Okay. Well, what I would say is, considering that one of the things that we just did is, ending the very life of a considerably powerful person at a school and probably by extension, political figure. I think that the traveling is going to be both important and necessary because people do not get into positions like that, at least from what I understand of history, without a lot of help and a lot of friends in places of influence. And we'll probably need to talk to them one day, hopefully under more pleasant circumstances.
And Ori's going to kind of lean in. Yes, that is why I wanted to leave as fast as possible, but everyone else had a lot of things they still wanted to do and get done and talk to. But yes. Things went down.
I do have a couple of people I want to talk to myself, but hopefully that won't take long.
Well, then we should probably start talking to people, or at least seeing where everyone else is.
Okay, well, let's go see.
I don't want to be too far from without everyone.
Well, let's go find out where everyone else is. I think this is enough repairs for today.
Excellent.
And the two of you head back outside of Illipin towards the Astera area. Blackstone, you would know this road very well. Just off of the main road, there's a dirt path that leads within the tree line. And you see kind of dispersed infrequently throughout, you see these small white cottages. Think of, honestly, Hal's Moving Castle when he's showing Sophie the little area and they see the airship. It's kind of more tucked away, not as busy. So for those of you that are more comfortable out and about and outside of the city, it's a little refreshing. It's not as loud. It's not as smelly. It's your own little haven while you recuperate from the last couple weeks. And also are able to make plans about where you're going next. So it's about a 20-25 minute walk outside of the city, and it's still close by to Astera, but you have privacy here because most of the other students that are around are in cottages and are also studying or doing other things. But you head back into this cottage, and we'll say for the sake of brevity that all of you are there on this kind of rainy afternoon. Been nonstop. But the day is yours as the rest of you see Oria and Blackstone. I keep wanting to say no more. Oria and Blackstone return from their outing. A little bit more wet than when they left because of the rain, but they're back.
What time are we talking right now? Was this an early morning venture?
They would have left in the morning, a couple of hours, so we're looking at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Fair to say that Cal is just arriving not far behind them either, because I would think that Cal would probably have been at the offices of Lyros as well.
Okay.
Would have probably spent the day helping the King's Guard box up and categorize a lot of the trappings of how many names we're gonna give Pity Bitch this season.
Pity bitch. I can't with
Petty
that.
Weather. Puny Winter. We're gonna
Death Weather now because she's
Death
dead.
Weather, yeah, you know.
God. We'll say actually on the way back, Cal, hang on one second. You got, as you're kind of walking back,
Mm-hmm.
kind of contemplating the day, you feel a bit of like static electricity for a moment.
You catch the faint scent of grass and clover. A warmth spreads over you, as though you're laying in a shaft of warm, comforting sunlight. Your mind is instantly filled with the soothing memories of being tucked into a soft bed as your mother softly sings you to sleep. Marie, I felt your quote stir. Is everything okay?
Oh my God, this is real time. I need to respond, don't I? Or is that a real time thing that I'm responding to, or do I get the notion that that's a recorded message?
That was a recorded message. Your mom, for those of you that are just
I
hearing,
recognize
that
the voice.
That's
your mom?
Yep,
That's
that
my
is
mom.
Kyle's mom.
That's my mom.
Checking in. Not as magically astute as her son. Sending a message as it's been a little bit since she's heard from you, and based off of the connection, Cal used his breath weapon for the first time in the last battle, which...
No, it was the second time in a couple of days.
Okay, apologize.
But that the use in the library was the first time since he left home, and then 2 days later he used it again.
Yep. So she basically got an image or a stirring that something might be up and is checking in with you. And yes, that is Goblin Katie.
So Goblin Katie. And so Cal feels that, everything wash over him, and stops in his tracks. And as he comes back to his senses, back from the warm nostalgia pocket that he was just transported to, back to the rainy day, walking back to the cottages, the warm feeling gives way to the realization Ma's worried. And Cal was actually going to, on his way back to the cottage, he was about to stop at the tree where he met a certain halfling wizard. Because as Sam recovered, Cal had been trying to foster friendship, make amends, all of the above, because Cal understands that Sam's world was thrown upside down from not just his association with Pettyweather, but also meeting Cal and all his friends. And then Cal did the library incident. And so Cal has kind of been leaving that door open for Sam to, for some reparations to be made there, should Sam like it, but he's kind of letting Sam set the pace of that. And so he just lets Sam know, like, if you want to meet me at the tree, I'll be checking in at the tree every day at this time. However, if you're not at the tree, then I go about my day, kind of thing. And so Cal will stop to look at the tree to see if there is a certain halfling wizard underneath, and if not, he will continue on to the cottages.
Okay. Sam has not appeared at the tree.
Fair enough.
But that does not mean that you have not seen him around. You're near the grounds of Astera, where he has been around a lot. Seemingly still making the adjustment from Lyros to Astera.
Mm-hmm.
But you also roll a perception check. Perception or insight?
Nat 20.
Okay.
Holy mother of my goblin Katie. That's okay.
You are, especially being more aware, considering the events that have happened in the last couple days. Sam has been exhausted. Has seemed a little out of the way of their usual self. Is seeing Deidre almost on a daily basis, as well as several clerics, because he did suffer some scarring in the battle that happened. So things aren't healing as quickly as they could be, and he is having a hard time adjusting to all of that.
Right.
And there have been instances where maybe you've overheard or seen him kind of walking around Astera or the area around, head kind of down and just kind of muttering to himself that he can't fully trust his magic right now. And he doesn't know if he can fully trust himself in this moment. So lots of doubt that's kind of festering as he's trying to piece himself back together with the help of Deidre and several of the clerics that have come down. Or you would have also been made aware at this point that several clerics from the Citadel have made their way down here and are kind of looking into the situation. They haven't made contact with you besides a quick, "We're here" kind of message.
I would have volunteered if they needed anything.
Sure. But yeah, it's not... You get the sense from that check, Cal, it's not that he doesn't want to see you. He's just kind of drowning in his own pain right now. And
hence the signal established, like, if you're at the tree, you're at the tree, and if you're not at the tree, you're not at the tree.
So.
Well, Cal almost is a little relieved that Sam wasn't at the tree, because as much as he would like to see Sam and would like, is waiting for that door to open if it does, he's now walking quite a bit faster back to the cottages. He just got word from Mom. And so he's walking at a faster pace. And if he doesn't run into anyone before he reaches the cottages, are we sharing a living space at this point? When you say cottages, are we like neighbors to each other or communal
you were all
room?
in one cottage. Because that was the only one that was still available, but also still livable. Some of the other cottages are in need of mending, which, Deidre has definitely let you know, Blackstone, they need some work. But also the idea that you all need a break.
Right.
You all handled a lot in a very short amount of time. And they want to make sure, especially Deidre wants to make sure that all of you are taking that time while you're also acclimating yourselves to whatever might be next.
Well, so long as Cal doesn't run into anyone on his way to the cottage, he'll be doing that weird, not quite a jog, little more than a walk thing up to the door. And he's about to reach the handle and stops, digs for his book, taps it a couple times. How are you now? Good, and you? Oh, not so bad. Fair enough. Good stuff. All right. So Drix, just once again, could you check before I walk into the cottage, Drix? Oh yeah, of course. Cal opens the door and sets the book on the floor and slides it through the cracked door.
Okay.
And is she there, Drix? And if anyone is in the room of the cottage, we'll see the little spell book slide in the door and Drix standing on top of it, looking around. Who does Drix see when he looks around the room?
Theodora, Toby, would you be at the cottage or would you have left earlier in the day?
Theodora is out.
Got it.
So is Toby.
Okay. Nobody's.
So he did arrive before Aurea and Blackstone then.
Oh, I apologize. No, Oreo and Blackstone would have made it first, so
Okay.
we'd be coming behind them.
All right. So when Drix looks around the, I guess, little common area or the entryway to the cottage, does he see Aurea or Blackstone in there? Or would Aurea and Blackstone, would you guys be in the side of the door when Drix is slid in as the lookout?
I mean, if we're in the building.
Okay.
Do I see? Actually, here's a question: do we see Drix being slid in
Oh,
as
yeah.
a scout?
Yeah.
I imagine literally the two of you made it back and you're kind of, maybe putting your stuff by the fire to kind of dry off, checking in with Corbin, checking in with your lovely little displacer beast, giving those items and in that kind of common area before going off to your own rooms, as you all hear, amazingly, it fits under the door. This book kind of just being shoved underneath, and you hear that grating of pages against the wood. The book is intact, but...
Can I grab it?
I imagined him cracking the door and sliding it through the crack instead of up under the door.
Okay.
But I mean, if whatever works more for this situation. And
Drix, I believe your stealth techniques might need a bit more work.
I'm gonna grab it. I want to grab the book and pull it the rest of the way out from under the door. It's mine now.
And Drix will go, oh, just what I was looking for. Yeah, she's here, Cal.
I have a new book.
Oh no. Okay. All right. So
as I'm now hovering in the air, flipping through it. I wonder how you'll...
Aurea, be careful. That is a sentient being.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And I close it and I tap it very gently. I'm sorry.
Drix will go consent.
Okay. And then I just open the book back up. I don't know what any of these words mean.
Oh, it's good. These are halfway chicken scratch notes that Caldrix likes to make, and then other parts are just him trying to vary spells. He doesn't like leaving it as it is. He likes to customize. So look at the little doodle. Look at that one.
Oh, it's so cute. And then I go to drop it.
Not
far above Cal.
Yeah.
Just to kind of so he has to scramble to catch it.
Yeah, Cal will clutter his way into the door and grab it, and he goes, "Okay, all right. I just wanted."
While that's happening, I would like to bonk him in the back of the head.
Go ahead, make an attack roll. Go ahead.
Crit.
What the hell?
I was joking when I said crit.
Aurea has had it out for Cal.
So bad.
Wow.
I can't even roll this good for a real fight.
Well, I'm gonna say that if it's fine with the storyteller, that sends Cal into a faceplant skid, cartoon slide across the floor on his snoot after getting bopped in the head, and Cal, when he comes to a stop, pops his head out.
I feel like you would come to a stop right near where Blackstone is.
Right at
I would
Blackstone's
just
feet.
lean down and go, "Are you okay?"
Well, at least I had the least I had the foresight to check what was behind the door before I walked right in this time.
Yes, but you made way more noise shoving the book underneath the door and cracking the door open, and then you also talked to the book outside of the door, and you and the book sometimes don't have good volume control?
Drix, who is still, like, hovering above the book's cover, oh yeah, using your mind in your book that's kind of cheating on the perception game, isn't it then, Cal? Right, okay, alright, so...
And you can't really send the book into rooms before you in real life. Or because what if someone bad grabbed it and it wasn't me?
Well, I mean, technically he could, but it would require, and then I just stop for a second and go, wait, that wasn't a question, was it?
That's when Cal sits up, totally snaps out of the fact that he just got bopped. Could I send Drix somewhere without sending the book with him? And looks, and then he starts writing. He just starts writing notes.
You can certainly send yourself, and that's something that we have to talk about at some point today.
Oh, sending! Oh, right. I need to talk to everyone. About what is everyone doing from here? What are we going to stay in the cottage for long? Do we know?
Wait for everyone else to get back.
Oh, okay.
I very heartily agree. Everyone is not here to have this discussion, and I think it would be very important. However, I do have some immediate concerns, I suppose, that Ori and I have talked about on the way here, and we will share those thoughts with everyone whenever they return.
Oh, good. I had some news to share as well.
How is Sam?
Oh, he's still keeping to himself and to Headmaster Deidre, and still partnering with Greenwich on their recovery. They are good support to each other as they go along. But he hasn't reached out yet. But let him know that I'm available, and that's all I really care to do at the moment. Don't want to push in on a moment that he needs to process. But from what I understand, the clerics that tend to them and the visits that I've had with Greenwich, he's moving forward. It's not, we can't call it great yet, but he is moving forward from what I understand.
Okay, so that means I will need to visit both Sam and Greenwich when I do go and visit the headmaster today.
Certainly. In your head, Blackstone, you'll hear, if Sam mentions me, you would let me know, right?
You can find out for yourself, because I will be bringing you along.
Oh, okay then. Then that's what we'll do.
Also, Blackstone, roll an insight check on the comments about Greenwich.
The vibe check is a crisp 17.
Okay. Cal may not be telling the whole truth.
Surprising no one.
Okay, so wait a minute, hold on. If that is holding, if that is a thing, I am going to add to the end of my parenthetical thought. So I hold you to it.
Wait, I have good insight. Would I know that Cal's lying? I'm there.
Roll an insight, yeah.
But you can't hear that because he didn't say that.
No,
right,
but...
Oh, shit, you're right.
He said that part. Wait, he said that part. Wait, no.
He said
that's right.
Yeah,
the Greenwich part was out loud. Yeah, the Greenwich. Hey, rose-colored interpretation of events and deception are not the same thing.
17.
Yeah. Not may not be telling the entire truth. Maybe looking at it from a slightly more positive perspective.
Cal, are you sure exactly that's how it is?
Well, it's certainly how I would. It's certainly how I'm hoping it is. It's
So it's not that the insight isn't because Cal is lying. It's the insight is because is Cal understating things perhaps?
Could be.
For sure.
It depends on what Finn, what you think Cal would be trying to interpret to the rest of the knowing what you know. Because yeah.
Yeah, Cal is counteracting his dread with optimism, and he is projecting that to his friends.
Sure.
It's gonna be okay.
Making an attempt to counteract his dread with optimism.
And as that is said and kind of hanging in the air, we're gonna pan to Theodora. Theodora, where?
Oh fuck, I'm still here.
Yeah, where are you at? I didn't forget about you or Toby. Where are you at on this rainy day?
I think Theodora is doing what she has been doing for a bit and just trying to make herself useful to people.
Sure.
Especially in regards to like cleanup efforts at Greenwich's shop, or even just like, or even at Lyros. Yeah, Lyros. You know, where you know, Pittyweather's office and like that underground little room. Like just wanting answers, but more so just wanting to help as much as she can.
We'll say this. Deidre had a key, and upon hearing that you wanted to help out, did give you that spare key to get into Greenwich's shop, which has remained closed for the last 2 weeks. But you and some well-trusted assistants of Deidre's have been going in and just kind of looking around, keeping an eye on it, but also not getting the Crown's Guard involved, to kind of pan it back. Deidre would have had a conversation with you within the couple days after Pittyweather's passing of...
You could call it her brutal murder, because I brutally murdered her.
Oh yeah, you did absolutely wreck her, and it was perfect. But to pan it back, she would have summoned you to her office where you saw the shard of crystal that was brought when Aurea was initially impacted by the wagon. Theodora, normally I would definitely look into bringing in Crown's Guard, having this looked into further. But the fact is, you and Aurea and Blackstone have all mentioned the fact that Crown's Guard were also involved in the initial situation that was happening before it moved to Lyros. So,
yes,
it's safe to say that probably there's a there is a bad apple amongst the bunch. And I'd rather not potentially contaminate what we have. So I will be sending some very trusted assistants to help out. But I think it's perfectly fine if you want to go do some cleaning. I'm sure Greenwich will appreciate that when she is in a better faculty of mind. And anything you find, please bring it to me, and we'll see what we can perhaps help out when it comes to that. I might have you also, if it's not too much trouble, and I will pay you for your time to, just kind of maybe walk around the perimeter every so often just to keep an eye out.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I don't, in terms of bringing you things that I find, I can't read, so I don't know how useful I'll be.
You do not need to read in order to still know that something may be off. If something you are, and I've heard this from Blackstone, and I've heard this from several people around the city already, you are a very capable, very strong individual.
Theodore blushes.
Your wits, your instincts are sharp enough that you don't need words to siphon through that. Trust yourself.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, with the Crown's Guard, I know you can't trust them, but you can trust Gregory Tynell.
Good to know. I haven't made his acquaintance personally, so with everything that's happening, I'm trying to keep it close circled.
He's not from here. He was just brought in for the festival, and I know him well. I actually trained him,
Well, if you
and his father trained me.
you give him a glowing recommendation, then I will definitely look into it further.
I called him for help that night, and he showed up.
It's good to have a dependable friend outside.
So, but yeah, if I notice anything, I will let you know.
Perfect. And I will, I'm assuming you like ale or some kind of drink of choice, correct?
Yeah.
Let one of my assistants know and I'll have it come by the cottage. I'll bring a barrel as payment, unless you want gold.
Ale's fine. Oria's not there.
Oria's not there.
And Theodora is used to bartering.
Mm-hmm. That's a barrel of ale. Listen.
That was an April thing, not an Oria thing.
Get the loot. Get the loot. Nah.
The bodies!
Ale is loot.
What about that thing that he had? Get that thing.
Okay. I'll make sure to have that brought around to your cottage discreetly, so the other graduate students don't think we're supplying a party house of some sort. But yeah, we can definitely do that. Any help is appreciated. And if there's anything I can do, please let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. And
I'll head off towards town in Greenwich's
sure.
place.
We'll say, for the sake of brevity, roll 2 either perception or investigation checks.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be perception for sure, because I have no intelligence. Okay, 13.
Okay.
I can't read that. I'm gonna reroll it. And a 10.
Okay.
Not all of us get nat 20s.
We'll say the first week you're a little bit more high alert, just because everything is a little bit fresh. Things are moving into place. But you don't really, you notice a few curious looks, especially with Greenwich's shop being closed, because she's always been kind of a foundation in the community, opening up even when she had been closed. She opens up whenever there's an emergency or otherwise. So you do notice that a couple people have been poking around, but no one seemingly of malicious intent. The second week, you are actually, how would Theodora be feeling? Would she be a little bit more relaxed, or would she be starting to get a little bit more antsy to get moving elsewhere? That would kind of explain the distraction.
Antsy for sure.
Okay.
Like, especially, I would assume at this time, like, maybe there's been more information that came out of, like, Lyros, or maybe no information at all. Who knows?
Sure.
And just, like, sort of, I think she's been, I think naturally pretty restless when it comes to staying in one place for a long time.
Sure.
And she feels like she's been in Lyros, or not Lyros, Illipin longer than she and Oria had even planned on being. Like, they were supposed to be there for, like, that fucking weekend or week and then dip. So yeah, I think she's definitely feeling antsy, like a caged animal that wants to roam.
Sure. Can definitely understand that. And that might be why you're slightly distracted, starting to maybe charter a course. And I know you and I read your notes during that time too, there is a cartographer that is close by to Greenwich's shop that you can easily pick up a couple of maps, which will be incoming, by the way. You were able to pick up a couple of maps of some towns that are nearby. You hear as well kind of the town crier, town bard that gives like updated news bulletins over
The town snitch.
basically, yeah. here for that. But basically giving updates that Pithy Weather's been under heavy investigation, was removed from the town council, that Deidre Wardington has taken Pithy Weather's place on the council, and that may be why Deidre has been a little bit more busy. They also went ahead and excavated the, if you recall, during the festival, during the ceremony, they put the kind of crystal stone tree into the ground. They took that out because of that. It's very hushed up as to why all of this is happening. They're just kind of, you know, Pithy Weather was being ambitious. They're not, no news has been leaked or is coming out about other things that might have been happening during that time. You also hear, though, that there are, you know, from news from surrounding towns, whether that be job board explanations of, hey, we need an adventurer to help get a displacer cat out of a tree, to, hey, in nearby Vibram, which is in about 6 days from here, there have been a series of disappearances with strange kind of rumors coming out about it. But that might also be taking up some of your time as you're trying to focus in on investigating. But again, it's kind of old news to the point that by the second week, a lot of people aren't poking around Greenwich's as much. You don't really see anybody.
I'm also very scary, so of course.
That's true. Yeah.
But also, I just want to make a comment. Maps, the only thing Deodora can read. Can't read the words written on them, but can read that landscape like a pro.
100%, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would want to be doing during that time?
I mean, you know, just checking in with like Tynell. And again, just, you know, mostly just trying to make herself useful where she can be.
Sure.
Because, you know, even though she was helping with all those fights and stuff, you know, it did have an impact on other people. So she would just want to make sure that, like, she doesn't want to be that person that, like, takes out the bad guy and then fucking dips.
Oh, sure.
You know?
No.
Like, y'all got this, right? Y'all are good.
No, Tynell
so, yeah.
would have taken up on your offer as well, noting that several of the Crown's Guard have gotten a little bit lazy in their peaceful time, so kindly asked you to come over and give them a what for, you know, a good old-fashioned ass whooping, Deodora style, easily, and just kind of getting them to focus in more on what they're doing, and just being aware while still keeping that, you know, information to yourself as you're able to do your job. But you're doing a great job, and you do get 2 barrels of your favorite ale delivered to the cottage without fail. Yes.
I'm like super excited. I'm like, we got payment, and people think it's money, and I just roll like I like push 2
2 giant ass barrels.
Yeah.
Like, you got paid and you spent the money on ale? No, I got paid in ale.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that a problem? Just silence.
I got paid in exposure.
Yeah.
We'll say.
Ooh, that's a
I
bit
gotta
too
go
spicy this
home.
week.
April can't play anymore. I'm
April says April at home. I need to go home.
There you go home.
That is too real.
We'll say then too for as Deodora, you're going about your day, and eventually making your way back to the cottage. We shift over to Toby. Where has Toby been?
Dead in the forest. No.
Fuck?
No, he went back to his house to his parents, and he needs to talk to his entire family about the things we did. And so he just wants to go back to it and just like, talk to them pretty much.
Okay. Is there someone, are you doing all of it as like a family meeting or?
Yeah, I imagine I go back home and into the farm, and we just have like this big, huge ass table in the middle of the dining room where we just have like, and it's around breakfast.
Okay.
And my mom just makes this whole incredible table full of delicious things.
Yeah. You enter into your the house that's on the farm that's near the owlbear and creature conservation, entering into a pretty large foyer entrance. Where off to the left, a memory sparks of a few years ago when your brother was having some trouble with some homework that your mother gave them to this tree that's kind of overtaken the stairs. And on it, there are names written of everyone that's lived in this house. And underneath it, there's a small hook with their familiar that is bonded with them, the marking, as we explored in your interlude. Heading back into this large kitchen with white walls, there's a large fireplace that takes up one side of the room, and a large table that has massive spread, from fruits to meats to whatever you and your family like to partake in. Smells amazing, but you do see your mother wandering around as usual. Your dad seems to be kind of scrolling through. You see this small kind of spider web in front of him. And on it there are a number of paragraphs with portraits, and he seems to be reading some kind of newspaper and is just slowly peeling the web back, and a new one will form with a new news story of what might be happening, as your brother seems to be struggling with some homework.
Oh, shoot. So I imagine we were all sitting there, and they know what we did, because I told them.
Sure.
I'm like super honest with them. So this is the aftermath, like a couple of days later that I explained that. And I'm just, Mom, Dad, Arturito, I just need to talk to you all for a quick second, if you don't mind.
And your mom, quickly hearing the seriousness in your voice, ushers her unseen servant, Honey, away. So you see this blob kind of just slowly meandering off, and takes a seat. You see your dad kind of putting down the web paper, which kind of folds in on itself to the point that it makes a small morning dew little droplet on the table. And your brother kind of just sits, like, is so thankful you're giving him a distraction from the homework. Just all looking very expectantly at you.
And I grab a piece of bacon and I start munching at it. So you all know what I did a couple of days ago. But I've been thinking a lot. I have been struggling to sleep. I know it's that intense. But I've just been thinking a lot, and I think I'm part of something that's bigger than me. And I've met this incredible group of people. And I feel like what's going on can affect everybody. And I think that for for at least some time, that I need to stick around with them. We've been talking, but we don't know what to do next. I guess that's really gonna be something that we all need to talk about with each other. But I think that I just need to stay around with them for a while. I mean, I can always come back and, take care of the owlbears, but Arturito is here, and he's really good at that, and he knows.
No, I'm not. You hear him say.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Look, yes, you are. And I just, put my hand on his shoulder, and I've been looking at you, and you're really good at this too. You care for them too, and they in turn care for you.
He gives you like a slightly pained expression, and you just can kind of out of the corner of your eye see your dad looking slightly amused.
Mm-hmm.
He set the barn on fire last week.
I mean, I did that by myself like 10 years ago too, so...
You blamed your brother. We thought it was him.
You know what? Just let's say that we are gonna, pass over that. I think we... but let me just say that if y'all need me, I'm gonna be just a call away. You can leave me a message by the trees or tell the birds, and they'll get to me.
Your mom, you see at this point, there's tears in her eyes.
Oh, Mom, please don't cry.
What? My baby boy is leaving. Of course I'm excited for the adventures that you're doing and these great things you're doing, but of course, you're my son. I want to keep you close and safe too, but I want you to make your own path in this world. Just be safe and make sure the group you're going with is safe too. But
Of course. I mean,
follow your guardian.
I will. And I turn to my owlbear that is almost as big as me, right next to me.
And in that
Snowy.
moment, as you kind of turn, the light outside shifts as there's a clap of lightning. And for a moment, you're back in that astral space with the owl humanoid. So we're leaving, huh?
Yep.
Sure
Are you
about
up for this?
Are you up for this? I think that's the question.
I am. I am really excited. And like Arya, and Cal, Blackstone, and Theodora are really good people. And we should take care of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they can take care of themselves, but we can help out.
Who's taking care of you?
Why you?
I got better things to be doing.
Hey, no, listen.
And you just see him stretching, like not.
Do the big stretch.
Yeah.
Ooh, big stretch.
Stretch.
Wow. Okay, so I see how that is.
Listen, we've been in the same spot for 6 years. That might be a little lazy. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I'm willing to play this game for a little bit. What's life without a little bit of mischief?
I understand that completely.
All right. And at that moment, the lightning and thunder outside, and it's like the thread immediately cuts, and you're just been staring at your owlbear, who's just kind of like doing that little cat stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just nuzzle the hat a little bit.
And at that moment, you feel from your other side an impact as your mother has moved around the table to give you a hug.
Oh, Mom. And I just give her a hug, too.
Squeezes even harder.
Oh, Mom. Okay.
You're fine. Don't worry. Just breathe.
She puts you in a headlock.
Yep.
Suddenly this is Rumble in the Jungle WWE cage match.
And you look over at your dad, and your dad has gotten quiet, which is strange for your dad. And you see every now and then he's just like slipping in my eye, just kind of like looking off and wiping at his eyes every little bit. And your brother's like looking like a mixture of awe and horror at the responsibility that is now on his shoulders while you're away.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just nods.
I turn to him.
Don't die.
And I just... I won't. And I turn to him and I look at him directly in the eyes and just say, "You're gonna be okay. But you do have to take care of them. And try to not set everything on fire again." I mean, I know you didn't, but I just turned to him.
Just kind of
Don't.
happens, okay?
I get it. But you're gonna be fine. Take care of Mom and Dad and all the owlbears too for me. I will come back. It just for a while. I just need to stick around too with them.
Do what you need to do. That's what your mother here says. Rather, we'll be here waiting.
I will. And I just go back to eating, and I go back after we have
Sure.
breakfast and everything. I go back to my tower, and I get like this tiny bag.
Okay.
And I start putting books, and I start putting a bunch of my clothes there, and stuff, packing, pretty much.
And you eventually do come downstairs, and your mom has packed some rations. However, they're not the like standard like elven bread kind of thing. Like, she has gone all out and given you quite a spread when it comes to food, as well as a number of berries that are good berries to kind of just give you a little bit of energy and pep in your step.
You got the pizza Lunchables.
Yeah.
Uncrustables out here.
Yeah.
We got the Dunkaroos.
Lots of spices and just everything smells delicious, and it will keep for a bit as well. But she gives you
Mom.
quick hug,
Thank you.
and then pats your back twice, and then walks away quickly, and you kind of hear little mufflings
Sniffling.
of her crying as she lets you go.
I love you, Mom.
Love you too.
I love you, Dad.
Love you.
I love you too, then. Arturito. I'll just turn to Arturito.
Don't die.
I won't. Oh, wait. I forgot my paints. And I go back to my tower and I get my paints and my painting stuff. And I set off back to the cottage where
Okay.
everybody's at.
And as you head back out into the rain, making your way down the road, I think that's a perfect time for us to take our break.
Make it away.
This is so much fun, y'all. We're back. So hang on tight, y'all. We have some messages that are going to be playing during this break once I find the video. Because listen, I moved everything around because I have a problem with production sometimes. So we'll be back here in about 10 minutes. Get up, stretch. Also, thank you for that hype train. That was so kind of all of you. And yes, we do have a tabletop loot giveaway. We are going to be giving away a set of dice from this fantastic company. So thank you for sponsoring our show, and we'll be back in just a bit. See you in a minute. By minute, I mean 10.
Easy to.
I'm bored.
We can go scream at the cat for another hour.
Nah, I'm tired of screaming at the cat.
Shut up with that! Be bored no more with 1985 games. Enjoy their vast variety of products and help bring your tabletop to a whole new level. With easy-to-use dungeon sticky notes. The deck of stories holds prompts and adventure hooks for any setting, and thousands of cutout game pieces with their dungeon craft.
You've come all this way for nothing, fool! The princess is mine! You'll never get away with this, Malachor!
Write everything down in your Hero Notes journal and start your adventure today! Visit the World Wide Web address 1985games.com and find many helpful products such as their Dungeon Craft series, battle maps, deck of stories, miniatures, dungeon notes, and now VHS dice. Again, that's 1985games.com.
too early that time, Robo. It didn't catch it. Welcome.
Robo said cute asses.
He did.
Yes.
He did. Welcome back, everyone, to our second half of our premiere episode of Season 2 of Ampistrano. We're kind of having a chill day for the most part, as everybody is kind of going over what they've been doing over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, y'all still haven't figured out a party name. Listen, that's your whole... Maybe that's something you can talk about today. I don't know. But everyone has kind of scattered, doing their own different things during the... Sorry, fair. Cal's cleanup crew. Sure. The KCC. But everyone has been kind of focusing on different tasks. Theodora has been doing a bit of a perimeter check around Greenwich's shop and helping out Deidre when needed. Both Blackstone and Aurea have been kind of walking around the town, keeping an eye on things, mending things of various origins around the city itself. I'm sorry, I have a displacer cat that is fully awake and wants attention now, so this is my life. Been busy. Toby just said farewell to his family and is getting ready at this moment to head back to the cottage. And Cal got a message from his mother. Will he respond? We will find out when that comes. But we will be following at this moment Toby. The conservation is not far from the cottages. It's a bit of a walk, but it's more of a straight line to get to the cottages. It's a lot easier to head there versus going back into the city. If that is indeed where you want to head back to, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting back to, yes.
All right. And you head back. Let's see. So who would be currently at the cottage? We left Cal, Aurea, and Blackstone at an interesting moment of some insight checking on Cal with some of the news that had been coming out. But Deodora, have you made your way back to the cottage as well, or is this it?
Yeah, I think at this point I have. You know, I did my work for the day in town and then got paid.
Okay.
My ale.
So you are also going to be coming in on probably some knowing looks from Aurea and Blackstone that they're eyeing Cal in a kind of way as you are entering into the cottage. Toby not far behind. But the group has finally all met up.
Do I want to know what's going on right now?
Oh, no, it's fine. Just Cal being hopeful again.
I'm sorry, was there a question?
Just wondering if I want to know what's going on.
Well...
You said Cal's being helpful?
Hopeful.
Hopeful. Okay.
From what I've heard you say, being aware of things is very important, but I think in this case, there's... I think there's like some kind of humorous phrase you use for these things. There's Cal being Cal, I think is what you would say here.
Yes, Cal is being Cal.
I don't know if that's something I would say. You mean like, is this like a boys being boys sort of thing? Because I hate that shit.
Oh, no, not like that. Just Cal is...
Okay.
Remembering things a little bit differently.
What is he remembering differently? Wow, my lighting, sorry.
Oh god, it's so bright in here. It's like an angel walked in and just like...
Yes, exactly. Here's like update. Deodora's now in Azamar because she is an angel. No.
Angel of death.
Cal's death only. What is he trying to What history is he trying to rewrite?
Oh, we're just all very concerned about our friends who have had more harrowing experiences lately. We're all just very concerned, and I'm hoping for good recoveries. I'm hoping for breakthroughs for all of them.
Oh, is this about Sam?
Partly, yeah.
Oh, you still haven't seen him, huh?
No, not a conversation face to face yet. No.
Mm-hmm. Any sort of conversation?
In passing, it's more.
I feel like you're taking a sip out of like the straight up barrel at this point while you were talking, as if it were a cup of tea.
I have like just the longest. It looks like a boba straw. So
we have
you know when you lie, you stammer a lot.
Well, we had one talk in particular, but all the other conversations, I would say, were not between the two of us. We were just both participants in the same one in a group. But I let him know how to find me, how to reach me if he likes, and I await him with much anticipation. It's good vibes and hopes and patience. That's the order of the day.
Do you know how he's doing?
Okay.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you know how Sam is doing right now? Is he getting better?
Oh, well, physically, he looks at Cal looks at both Blackstone and at Oria and goes, all right, in all frankness, physically, Sam is doing better. He's on the road to recovery. I do not think he is out of the darkness. I do not know that he's out of the cloud in his own mind yet.
Oh.
I fear it's not one that I can insinuate myself or lead him through just yet, so...
Oh, that reminds me. Well, you certainly can't necessarily do that, but there are ways that you can help.
Well, how's that then?
I was gonna say something out of pocket.
Actually,
I'm gonna say it anyway. You can get him a subscription to BetterHelp.
Oh my god.
Oh no, not that, please.
No, not sponsored.
Not
Please don't.
Not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag please don't sponsor us because I have not heard great things. Anyway.
But anyways.
So here's what I do. I just walk over to Cal and say, here, and I just hand you an arrow.
All right. I guess it's Cal's turn to roll perception on this arrow.
Spirit check.
Spirit check.
You have a plus
Is that
2.
the arrow? And can I give him advantage or help if I just start babbling about what I found?
I would say, Oria, hold that thought for a moment,
okay.
if you would.
So just roll spirit check.
Are you giving out weapons now?
Sort of.
And you told me a +2 on that.
Yes.
All right, so that's
Can I roll 2?
That is an 8. Like Cal rolled an 8.
No.
Cal is not intuiting as well as Oria today.
I look at this and go, maybe help would be good.
I crit.
Help would be helpful.
Ooh.
Yeah, 22.
Let's go. Okay. So.
Okay.
Let me set the scene. Get your butt out
Okay.
of my face. Thank you.
Okay, well, there's the scene set right there.
Sorry.
Fine,
Hey-o.
we'll leave.
No.
Theodore pulls her pants up.
Sorry, Salem was literally just putting his butt right up against my face.
The cute asses, it fits so well.
Oh, no. So, Cal, when Blackstone mentions, this arrow, you see something indigo. Like, while you can't see the exact item he's talking about, it has an aura around it.
Right.
To you, it just looks like indigo smoke, kind of, that he's kind of, or they're kind of holding in their hands. Theodora, you are one that knows how to look at signs and things that are not always the most obvious. You see this when you are shifting, whether that be using the shadows and light around you and the reflections to just get a perfect spot to pop in and out for any kind of mission you're doing. Clear as day. You go from not seeing or even smelling or hearing anything to there's this indigo aura, an arrow, but it has a slight humming sound to it. You know this to be whenever it's very similar to the sound that Blackstone makes whenever they're speaking into your head. That kind of ever-present, reassuring kind of hum.
Is that
So
is that you, Blackstone?
I would like to add something to this because because you have that whole nat 20 over there.
Sure.
So like, well, I guess when you see the arrow and you ask that question, I hand you another one. I pull out another arrow and I hand it to you. Here's the question: do you touch the arrow?
I think she would be hesitant only because I am getting like this reverberation that it is like you in a way, and it's just like I know what this is, but I also don't know what this is, and I think she would ask permission to touch it. Like, can I touch? Am I allowed to touch it?
I give you like one of those like a very affirmative, like go ahead and do it nods.
Yeah, then she'll reach out and grab it.
What you see is like there's a strong set of feelings in that arrow, like kind of like it has a will, and that will is at the moment that these arrows were made, it's almost like the briefest of like impressions that I have willed this arrow to save someone.
Who are we saving?
Well, at the time that I made these, I used them to go and do my part in rescuing Sam. You know, in a way, I suppose I have you to thank for that revelation, because you taught me to keep moving forward and to hunt rather than be the hunted. So I figured out a way to kind of materialize my want to rescue a friend, and now we have these. Well, a few of them. I don't know how many of these I can make.
How did you make it? It's you. It's a part of you.
Well, the best way I know how to describe it is they're made out of spirit energy, as well as I understand them. I suppose this is as much a part of my soul as anything else is.
Then I would caution you not to use too much.
Well, I won't use them more than necessary. That much I can say.
One part of helping people is that if you give too much of yourself, then you won't be able to help them anymore.
Understandable things. much like not being able to help people while I'm asleep or in stasis.
Yeah, similar, but I guess what I'm saying is, fuck me. If you want to take care of other people, you should take care of yourself as well.
That's why I went by and helping people to repair things. And so I'm a lot more refreshed recently than I have been.
Well, that's good. I think I'll like carefully hand the arrow back to Blackstone. Keep this safe, because I think with all the stuff we're dealing with, I mean, we've seen what happens when something bad happens to your spirit. And you wouldn't want that to fall into the wrong hands.
I suppose that's true.
Could you show me how? Rory.
I suppose we should work on whether or not you can actually see the item that I'm talking about.
Yeah, you guys are talking about it, and I'm just seeing this kind of smoky aura, and I'm like, I would imagine that Cal is hesitant to try to put his hand through this smoky aura, like he's hesitant and kind of doing one of these things. And
character growth, we love it.
Right. Not grabbing the new unknown item.
Yeah.
No. Right up there with don't eat the dice. It's we learn. And so Cal is kind of just leaning left, right, kind of get a different angle on the aura that he sees. Could you show me how later? If you know how to manifest yourself for protection, maybe this would be good for those in doubt.
I also feel like it's something that we'll all need to learn how to do eventually, so we should practice at some point.
Of course.
May I see them for a second, Blackstone?
Actually, who else can actually see these?
Toby can also. I had Robo roll while this was happening as well, since Toby would also be present. And with a 21, Toby can also see it, no problem. And this could be, Cal, you are very intuitive when you really put your mind to it, that your head is trying to get around this new kind of magic that's manifesting.
I'll imagine that Sam is not the only one struggling with self-doubt.
Correct.
Right now. And so I'm going to blame that low roll on Cal's own self-doubt in these issues.
I'm going to also heighten onto that because, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Of course.
But you have learned in this short span of time a little bit of what Aurea does. You've had conversations about the Veil. You've seen what Deodora can do. You've seen what Toby and Blackstone can do. They seem to be connected more so into a greater belief beyond.
Mm-hmm.
You are someone that is not necessarily seeing the forest for the trees. You're kind of looking at more so those facts. And again, you can, that's my interpretation of what I'm getting from
that is on point. Cal's very cerebral, and being able to be self-aware of feelings and vibes is something he is trying to pick up just by osmosis from these people now.
Speaking of feelings and vibes, when Cal starts mentioning like learning to use the spirit for protection and fighting, I think Deodora wants to like just suddenly like drop low and then tackle him at the knees.
Go ahead and make a attack roll.
Oh
my god, this is like...
Can I?
Oh my god, I crit!
Oh, never mind. I was gonna attempt to dex save, but everyone crits on Cal today.
I assume that's an athletic, so that'll be a 27.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say I was helping, but never mind. You got this.
Cal, first thing you're going to be using that spirit like energy for is repairing those kneecaps.
Right.
Took an arrow to the knee.
I did. I used to be an adventurer like you.
Okay. Yeah, you like Cal is so in his head, I imagine, and trying to piece everything and just willing to completely, not necessarily see, but hear, smell something with this item, because you all understand that, you know, this is not a theory. We're not arguing philosophy. There is an arrow. There is not, you know, is the cat in the box or not in the box? The arrow is there, but cannot actually make that happen when all of a sudden, Cal, you are wrenched from your thoughts as you are.
I'm gonna say out loud. He's doing the mutter out loud as you try to figure out something that's difficult for you to understand.
Sure.
And he'll be saying something to the effect of, "It's not easy for me to see things of this." Oh fuck!
You know, like I think here's the thing, though. Can I?
Go.
If I may, I would
You
like to
may,
add a thing.
certainly.
Like right at the moment that you get tackled, because you're not like in your like more philosophical, like thinking really hard about this. You're just responding to the fact that you've been tackled. It appears for the briefest of seconds, and then it's gone.
Oh, well, if the storyteller will be okay with that one, Cal Kermit the Frogs to the floor under, you know, the full force of Deodora. And I don't know, Deodora, were you going for a pin or just a takedown?
I'm both. I'm trying to like I'm taking you down, but then also like I'm going to try to give you like opportunity to like, you know, break out of it, because this is part of your training.
Okay.
You need to learn how to fucking fight, okay?
He as soon as you knock Cal to the floor, he skitters back like almost like a
salamander.
Yeah, well, yeah, like, but yeah, you knock him, but kind of on his side, so he like skitters to the side and pops up on all fours, and looks at you, looks at Blackstone's hands where he just saw the arrow. Wait, do it again! Do that again!
What? Seriously? I guess I put you in.
No, like, and you see him like Cal is again. He's on all fours, like not hands and knees, but like, you know, toes and grips.
Oh
right
my
there.
God,
and he's
so weird.
And he like you triggered a fight or flight, and so he's just like, wait, no, yeah, right, do it again. Let's go again.
Okay. Should I roll or does it just happen? Are you? Okay.
What am I rolling in response? Because now I'm anticipating this next hit. What am I rolling? All right. I'm just trying to dodge.
I only got a 13.
Oh, it's a 12. Right at.
Oh God.
It's still, yeah. If you got a 13, my dex save was a 12. Right. All right. So
I like put you in like figure four leg lock.
And like he's just, oh fuck. All right. Oh, okay. All right. He just starts tapping the floor.
Okay.
Is this something that we should expect this whole time? Somebody just attacking Cal?
Oh yes, Cal, for sure. We will just randomly attack Cal.
Yeah. I'm not attacking. We're training him.
Right.
He needs to be ready.
This is agreed upon. It's agreed upon. It's above board. But
yes,
right,
we
Toby.
don't actually
So
hit him.
A couple of days ago, when we were at a very interesting event that they have here in town, or well, I suppose just outside of it.
Would have been weeks ago, right?
Cal asked for just a bit of martial training because he thought it would be useful for preserving his life, which I have to agree with. That is a very useful thing to do, and so our two very skilled combatants here agreed to help him.
And look, it's already helping. Look how close he almost got out to get it out of that leg lock.
I almost had that one.
I
You
give
know, we're
Oria a look that says, my group was so loose.
Right.
Yeah, I look at
can't-
Theodore
you
like,
can't-
yeah,
you don't see this.
I know,
Yeah,
I
we
know.
got
you
it,
did.
we got
It wasn't a real one.
Okay. Right, so we should discuss the arrows here. But first, would anybody like some cheesecake? My mom made some cheesecake, and I don't know if anybody would like a piece.
What time is it?
Straight towards the cheesecake.
At this point, probably pushing like 4 or 5. It's getting close-ish.
Right. So I would like some cheesecake, but I will probably. I would like some cheesecake. What a fascinating thing. I think I would like to join you all for a moment of having cheesecake.
Oh, good, yeah.
No, this is sorry. Having to practice saying things that humans would expect me to say, because I don't actually eat things.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
I'm
but,
sorry.
But cheesecake sounds like it would be good. I would like a small bit of cheesecake if you do not mind.
Of course. And I just grab a piece for everybody and just put it in we have plates and napkins and all that.
Yep.
I'm guessing.
You
we
do have that silverware around the kind of kitchen area, which is it's a small kitchen. Think of like your first apartment. It's tiny, but it does the job.
Wait a minute. This would be a wonderful moment for science. I attempt to cut one of the cheesecakes with one of these ethereal arrows.
Okay. Go ahead.
Culinary use of spirit.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an attack on the cheesecake.
You want me to roll an attack on the cheesecake?
Yep,
All right.
go for it.
Is that with a +3?
Sentence.
That would be a +3. Yeah.
I cast bark skin on the cheesecake.
I cast
Why would
fairy.
you do that?
I cast fairy fire on the cheesecake. You get advantage.
I cast bark skin and shield of faith. I can cast 2 concentration spells right
Oh my god.
God.
You people.
I am not a caster. That's all I got.
I'm
How
not a
would
caster.
bark skin
Wait,
bark
no,
skin on
I
a
cast-
cheesecake? That's just really crusty cheesecake now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's-
Hose on the cheesecake.
Okay, so that is a 12 on a stationary cheesecake.
Okay. The spiritual condensed and made arrow, you see physically it passes right through the cheesecake. However, I can't believe we're even having this discussion. Kind of slowly wafting off of this cheesecake. It's almost like when you smell something baking in the kitchen. It's the identity of this cheesecake again. Okay.
Okay, so
it's just kind of
the
slowly
cheesecake
wafting
soul.
off, and you see
Basically-
it has like a hole in it. The soul of the cheesecake has been hurt, essentially. That's what it like.
Okay,
you just hurt the
so-
soul of the cheesecake.
like I feel like what we have coming out of here is like the literal like love of like Toby's mom who made this cheesecake.
Yeah,
no,
sure.
the
Blackstone, I don't think you should do that to the cake.
It's fine.
I wasn't. Well, the thing is,
Is it-
I was not sure what would happen if we used these on inorganic material.
Is it still edible?
And I tried a piece and
It tastes awful. It is
Nope.
one of the worst things you have ever had in your life.
Why would you just ruin perfectly good food?
You wasted
Science.
Toby's mother's. We couldn't.
I don't give a shit about your science.
Why couldn't you stab the apple? Why did
Oh,
you?
Cal's
well-
just quiet because for once he's not getting roasted. Cal's just
wait.
quiet.
Stabbing an apple.
Wait.
Interesting.
Wait.
Okay, so I
Blackstone,
go and I find
Can
the
we
nearest
just
apple.
agree?
stop.
Can you mend it? Can you fix the cheesecake?
Well,
You fixed everything else today.
Salvage this dish.
Normally those are inorganic items like books and plates and stabs, but maybe I can do one thing. Madam DM, I would like to try to use some spirit energy to restore this cake.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what do I
restore
need to
before my
roll you
friends
for
get
that?
mad. Before my friends like, yell at me more.
Like, it's one of those things. Like, this is probably one of the first times that you're just going to look at Blackstone and be like, "Why are you like this?" Because I don't understand that it's important not to do these things
Sure.
to food. It's just this is a good
Specifically
time to learn because I can't eat
cheesecake.
it.
How
Control Z.
How would you be going about using some of these spirit points to Gorgon Ramsay yourself out of this situation?
Gorgon Ramsay.
You're just Gorgon Ramsay. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, that
Illegal.
NPC from Cal's interlude, by the way.
That absolute legend. I remember Gorgon.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would like to do is I would like to think about a thing that people put things like pastries and cakes in to keep them fresh for longer after they bake them. Things like a lid for like a cake pan or a pie tin or something like this, because the cake is on a like the slice of cheesecake is on a plate. Just want to make like a little miniature like lid to like put on the cake.
Oh no, I know this. I've seen this before. Hold on. And so Cal will run into the kitchen and grab some cinnamon, if there is such a thing in the kitchen.
Yeah,
like some.
There's spices in there. There's more than salt and pepper in the cabinet.
All right.
Yes.
No. I've seen this before. If it's like reversing a magical malady, then you need something natural to add to the magical that you'll use to counteract. So here, and he will like pour some cinnamon in his palm and say,
Hold on for
right.
a moment. Isn't it normally considered somewhat offensive to add additional flavorings to things like this?
I chose cinnamon because I felt like that was right to go on top of cheesecake. But
Is this Blackstone asking this?
Yeah.
I think it's considered rude to ruin somebody's dish, period.
Right. No. This is helpful.
Wait, I look at Deodora confused and go, but Deodora, the plate's intact. What do you mean?
The flavor is off. You ruined the flavor.
Dish could also refer to the actual food item.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Oh.
Right. So,
Deodora is the angriest you've ever seen Deodora. You just ruined it.
So,
Aurea's like got one hand on Deodora's shoulder, so she
As the DM, I just want y'all
Hold
to
me
know,
back.
I never in a million years thought we would be arguing about
But we're
the
here.
soul of a cheesecake.
But we're here.
You're welcome.
Piece of two, baby.
Well, so no, I'll say like more like some powdered sugar or brown sugar. So like that's just a natural ingredient that Cal goes to the kitchen and gets. He pours some on his hand. He goes, no, I've seen this before. It's actually counterbalancing. If you want to take away an effect that you used, you add some magic in the opposite direction is the best way I could say it. But you need to add a little bit of natural material as well. So what you're doing there, Blackstone, cast it into my hand here, and we'll see if we can combine both elements.
It's not magic. But
Oh well, then
here, hand me the cinnamon then. Let's see
There you are.
if
All
I
right.
can. Here, I will just take like a sprinkle of the cinnamon. That's a 17 on that spirit roll.
Okay. What are you making out of your soul to fix this again? The soul of the cheesecake.
I am manifesting like a little cake lid to put on it, because
Got it.
cake lids for me are preserved with like maintaining flavors
Sure.
and making sure that things taste good. So that's what I'm going to do.
Sure. Okay. It manifests. It's going to cost you 3 spirit points to manifest it.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah.
And then I
looks like
take
it's a thing.
I take the lid and I place it on top of the cheesecake, and then I go, Toby, how long does it take to bake a cheesecake?
About 45 minutes. Give or take the fires.
Okay. This is a question to the DM. Would this is this effect immediate or does it take a while?
It takes a little bit. It's
Okay.
not as because the way that the air you get actually roll a perception check for me.
Okay, perception.
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 We'll flavor it this way because the cheesecake
So I
does
will
not have
say
flavor.
this. Perception is a 9. So passive, not this passive.
Okay, what's your
but
passive
yeah.
then?
My passive is a 19.
Okay.
Oh.
From your passive perception, you kind of get the idea that, hey, arrows are quick when it comes to, making an impact, cutting something off, impacting somebody in a certain type of way. What you're doing with creating this cover or this casing around, that usually relies on keeping that aroma so that way it's constantly circulating within itself, keeping it fresh. So that takes a little bit of time. It's not as immediate as like a cut kind of thing.
Oh, also the whole area where that cheesecake is smells vaguely of cinnamon.
Yeah, that too.
I love cinnamon.
Cinnamon's really good.
Good. Such a good smell.
And then I just kind of sit there and kind of stare at the cake, which I suppose to anyone looking at it, if they couldn't see the lid, would just see like this cake just being there. And I guess being a little bit less sad by the second. But like for anyone else, it would be like, where did you get a lid for this cake the size of this plate?
Al will lean over to Oria. I know you could see it better than I could. Is it working?
I have no clue. Actually, at all. I'm really sad that we have no cake now. And
oh wait, I didn't stab the entire cake. I got a slice of cheesecake.
For some reason, I thought you stabbed the actual
the way you
cake.
phrased it, I will say this, Sin, because I misunderstood as
You
well.
100%
You
just
said I'm
stabbed
going to
the cake."
stab it, so I thought the whole cake was ruined, not just a slice.
We all thought you ruined dessert.
Yeah.
We just had a 10-minute conversation.
About
We just had a
piece.
10-minute interaction with the
All misunderstood.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of like, oh, I have a slice of cake. I could feed this to Corbin, but wait, let me figure out what happens if you do something.
No,
But
we
I
thought
wouldn't-
you wrecked this
No, we
cake.
thought
and
you
we're
were
all
all
upset.
No, Corbin,
For
you feed it to
science!
Corbin, and Corbin leaves you. Is what happens.
I will, do we want to, okay, so
I think
here,
you should
I'm going
stab
to
the whole
ask,
cake. Stab the whole cake. That's what
I
I'm
was going to
Yeah,
say,
we're going to go with that.
Lean in.
Yeah.
Lean in.
ruin the cake.
I was going to say, I would like to poll my fellow players and the audience. Do we just want to make it canon that
Yeah,
it was
it's the
actually
whole
the whole
cake.
cake?
It's the whole
The
cake.
The whole
Yep.
cake.
Yep.
My
I think
vote
it's
is lean in on
better.
the whole cake.
It's funnier.
Because I also think it's funnier that Theodora's so fucking mad about it.
Go whole cake. Go whole cake.
And I
please.
think Aegis Blackstone would be like, poke. Oh no.
Like, Blackstone, who doesn't eat, ruining food, and then wondering why the people who do eat are mad.
I will say this, as you all are, I guess, watching a sad cake exist, or not, it's drooping now on one side, seems to be deflating as the time is going. Blackstone, you do hear a bit of static and a flash of a image. Consider this caller ID coming in as you see a quick image of Deidre trying to connect with you for a moment.
How can I be of service?
Everything okay where you're at? You all settled?
question.
I am having an interesting moment of science. And then I kind of show her what's happening with the cake.
Why would you do that to the... Never mind. Would you mind bringing your friends over to Astera tomorrow to meet with me before my morning classes?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that means I now have a free evening, because I was thinking about coming to visit in an hour's time. But tomorrow morning would probably be better when people are well rested and, quite frankly, possibly a little bit less upset with me at the moment. I don't think they appreciated the scientific experiment I was trying to conduct.
I would maybe ask before messing with the food, but
everybody else might be glaring at Blackstone, but Cal is like locked onto this cake. He wants to see if it worked. Did the repairs work?
Al is part of the problem.
If you don't mind my asking, what was it that you wanted to discuss tomorrow?
Well, you wanted to get an update about Greenwich for one. And I'm assuming you wanted to find out a little bit more about your little halfling friend as well. I was also hoping you and I could discuss with the rest of the group your plans going forward. If you're intending on leaving Illipin, well, and you hear like the drop off in her voice. She suddenly just sounds very tired. I received some news 2 weeks ago, but things have just been a bit hectic, and I've been waiting to get some updates. But I was wondering if you were out and about. You know what? We'll discuss it more tomorrow.
I see. Well, I hope the rest of the day is, I suppose, kinder to you somehow.
Thank you. It's just been a long day of meetings that honestly should have just been a sending stone, but it is what it is.
Too real.
Yeah, that's dial it back.
Tomorrow.
Good luck with the cheesecake. You just hear the
I was just going to say that I think the cheesecake experiment is going very well. The restoration of relationships afterward, I suppose, depends on whether or not we are able to restore it. But the experiment looks hopeful. I will keep you posted.
Oh, it's just dead air. It's just dead air. She already left the video call.
Not me being alone in Zoom and waiting for the host to end the
Oh.
Okay, this is too real, yet. Dial it back. Come on over to Fantasyland.
So, in the meantime, what's going on with the cake?
Sorry, Displacer Beast.
Hi, Displacer Beast.
Salem.
Creature of the Void. Hello.
He's seriously a creature of the void. Oh God. What did you do? Because now my headphones are messed up, honey. Okay. I was bouncing between ears. It was really weird. So with the cake, doesn't seem like anything's happening.
Well, I suppose.
Take a moment. Like, how long would you say it's been at this point?
Probably about, you got on the call with Deidre and we're having that conversation, so probably about 5 to 7 minutes.
I take a moment because I have no idea if this is the case or not. I just
sorry, Provo.
If the lid is see-through or not, I just pick up the lid to look at the cake and see what it looks like.
Okay, give me 1 second. Because now you are in Aurea spot.
Yeah, there's a little bit of shuffle.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Discord tried to reopen and my computer was like, too many things!
It happens. It's all good. Just give me 1 second to reacclimate everybody into their spots. Because brain cannot do multiple things at once. Because hi. Okay, give me 2 seconds.
I like that Fair and Finn stayed in the right places.
I know. They kind of capped it perfectly.
I've been told to stay in my lane, and here I stay.
So I'm sorry, Sin, can you repeat your question?
So, like, if I take a peek under the lid, what do things look like? Because here's for all I know, because I don't know what is happening.
Sure.
Whether this is a silly question, but I don't know whether the lid is see through or not. So I'm just gonna lift up the lid to see what's under there.
It is a see-through lid. Yes, it is a see-through. I was imagining when you were describing the lid, a glass lid that comes over it. So you were able to see the cinnamon in the air because there was a lot of cinnamon. It still looks like a droopy, sad-looking cheesecake.
So I guess that we should just, that's a shame. But I guess we know now that we shouldn't, or we would know what happens when we use one of those arrows with food. That's a weird.
At least cheesecake, and I put the lid back on.
Okay.
Well, maybe sometimes it takes a bit of a wait for magic to do its work, or spirits to do their work. I don't even know if we can call this magic anymore. But in any case,
can we just agree not to ruin food anymore?
Oh, absolutely.
Can we all just agree to that?
I like the idea.
There is not. I do not say a single word.
Oh no.
It might be
the rest of us will remember that.
the telltale wheel in the top of the corner.
Yeah, Deodora's just staring like, agree. Ruin your own food.
It might be as good a time as any than Cal says, trying to take focus off of Blackstone before people start get murdery. But it might be a good time as any to bring up the subject of what comes next. I feel that our stay in Illipin is drawn to a close, and I don't know that anyone has any strong inklings or any strong interests geographically of where to go next, but I was going to humbly suggest the north if we have any business that we could be of service in that direction. There might be it might be good to go venturing through some familiar parts. For me in particular, Mima has raised concerns about what's become of me since the city. And it might be good to pay a visit. So I don't know if I don't mean to impose my own plans on anyone else, but in case that heading aligns with any business we could be about, I wouldn't mind coming close to home again, if it's all the same.
Hey, DM. The town that Deodora, I won't say read about, because you said it was on the job board, made somebody read for her on the job board about the missing people.
It was a person yelling it. Because
okay,
again, it was a town crier. So town criers typically are ones that are yelling the news out. So you would have heard this.
I know what a town crier is.
Okay, explain to everybody else. I knew you knew.
What direction was that town in?
Vibran, you know that was to the west.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's in the Genora wetlands.
Oh, okay. Well, what kind of concerns did your mother raise? Because I heard about a town that has people going missing.
Oh,
it's not north though.
It's I suppose I could send just some word to Ma. It's going to be difficult to describe what's been going about, especially since the thunder, the forceful cry that I can make. Ma can hear it.
Oh.
She knows when I use it, even far away. Kind of her own little way of making sure her son was staying out of trouble. And until recently, I never had to give away any of my stress or misgivings about a situation. But in the past couple of days, Ma noticed that I was in a bit of peril, and well, I don't know how to say it to her. The trouble we've been in. She worries, as a parent does, and I figured an in-person visit would be good. However, if there's someone in trouble and we could help, we should go to where we're needed, and I'll send word through Kyra. That'd be good. That'd be better. I'll send word through Kyra.
Can I do an insight check on Cal to see if like he's using this as an excuse to not go see his mom? Oh, that's cocked. Okay, what is my insight?
And I guess Cal, if you want
18.
roll performance or deception on how well you're trying to hide this.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll. Although I can already. Yeah. Okay. Wow. That roll was exactly what I was thinking it was gonna be. That's a 3 on the die.
Yeah. Okay.
And what is my deception? Cal is not good with this at all, so it's probably like a 0 or a negative. No, it's a 0.
It's a charisma, so
no. Cal's got a straight 0 on charisma, so it's that deception was just a 3. Like, no, you see right through. Yes, Cal is trying to sound altruistic. Not that he isn't altruistic, but in this case, it's very convenient that he wants to help people and get away from going and seeing mom at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it to the group. I'm okay with going to see your mom if you feel like you need to or want to. It's always good to check in with your mother.
Oh, you're right. I'll make sure to write a letter to her. But you said people were in trouble. What sort of trouble are we concerned about?
Just people are disappearing, going missing.
So many that news has reached Illipin.
Yeah, it's about 6 days away from here. In the wetlands.
Oh, is that not the town where the siblings, the Owlin siblings, came from? Or is that not the direction or the area that the Owlin siblings came from? DM, help me out here. I think that okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
The storytellers, did they not hail from the same region?
Since it's been 2 weeks, they didn't hail from that. They were originally from up north. They did travel through that area, though.
Got it.
Do they know what's causing this disappearances?
I don't think the town crier didn't say. But I think they're looking for just people to come help.
I mean, we can definitely check that out, unless you want to go with your mom, which I totally respect that.
Oh, of course. No, I don't want to leave Ma waiting on word. I'll send Kyra with a letter to Ma, explaining the situation. And could we perhaps make a note to head in that direction after we see if we're needed?
Of course.
I hope it becomes a running gag that every time we're about to go see Cal's mom, something else pops up. And she has to eventually just come to us.
Dear mother, everything is fine, I promise. No need to come check on us.
I'm sorry I left you on red for 2 weeks.
Right.
Cal, you could just send her a message from the university.
Oh, that. Right. See about that. I haven't updated Ma on my status since I set out from Jorix. I let Ma know that I was going to propose a program at Lyros, but I'm afraid as soon as I met with the professor, well, things went through a bit of an upheaval, and I hadn't updated Ma on how that proposal was going, and now she's gotten a couple of what amounts to a SOS beacon.
Well, very simply put, it seems like you don't have any real you don't really have a concern here per se. I don't think, in terms of communicating with your mom. You did in fact go to Lyros.
I did go, yeah, I did that.
And you did
right.
in fact, like you did in fact do some studies. You found out a lot of things painfully.
Yeah.
And you have a meeting with a partnering university literally tomorrow morning.
Oh, I do though. I do have all of those things. Those are true. So, I ongoing ventures in Illipin. That's what we can update Ma about. That's right.
Just tell her that your howls are part of your studies.
Well,
right.
You can very summarily say you're in the middle of an extended studies program, because very technically speaking, you are.
Oh, I am though. I am.
Independent
Okay.
study, yeah. I think that's what they call it.
An independent study. That's the ticket. Right.
Which I'm sure is very common for wizards, as they often have to go and learn about esoteric things from strange places.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time in towers by themselves.
Not to mention, they often get into very dangerous situations because of it, any of which could have caused a moment of use for an SOS beacon? Question mark?
Oh, of course. There's multiple reasons I could have been using my call. I could have been crying out just to signal an alert. I'll let Ma know. I don't want to mislead her on what I'm doing, but I also.
Well, did I say anything that was untrue?
Yeah, none of us said anything that was untrue.
No. Ma just was very, very particular about warning me not to fall in with a wandering sort, if you catch my meaning.
I don't.
I also do not.
My granda, he's one who has nowhere to hang his hat if you take it. He doesn't stay in one place for too long.
Has he tried building a hat rack?
Oh, you see, what I mean there is that he makes his home wherever he happens to be that day.
Is he a druid?
Oh, is he a Rolling Stone?
More or less, yeah. He does wander about, and I feel Ma wanted to make sure. Not make sure. Ma was concerned when I left home that I would become another like my gran, and I just want to make sure that Mom doesn't worry too much that the apple didn't fall far in this case.
Oh.
Oh, so how many siblings? How many siblings does your mom have? That she knows about.
Oh well, there's that.
That's what you're saying, right?
I wouldn't.
Side families.
I don't suspect Granda has any more children nowadays. But last I saw him, he was moving on with his own group, his own traveling company, and well, Ma was the only child. She was the only one of his, and I think she liked and feared me moving along, and I just want to make sure that Ma knows I'm doing good, and Ma's not worried that I'm losing my way. Her biggest, her biggest. I just want to make her proud, and the fact that my departure from Jorix was a surprise in my career, and the developments of events in Illipin were not what I had envisioned. I don't know how to tell Ma it's not going to plan. And so I'll let independent study, ongoing research. These are all good. I'll let Ma know, and we'll check in when we can. But we go where we're needed. I would say that my vote is we go where we need it.
You just tell your mom that you're experiencing the world, and that means that sometimes things don't go to plan.
Oh yeah,
because you can't plan for everything.
Of course not. Of course.
Tell her that you're taking fighting lessons.
I'll
have Aurea write up a report card for you.
Wait a minute.
You're helping some friends, and that they're very important to the mission, and without you, they would also probably perish. So that you're an important member of society.
Well, then
I have an idea.
Oh, please, Blackstone, tell me.
You are talking to the headmaster of a school. Why don't you ask them to write you a letter of recommendation?
Oh, that would be a fine idea. Of course, yes.
You can probably just ask them to formally address a letter to your mom explaining your situation and what you're going to be working on.
Oh, both and yes. Okay, tonight I pen a letter to Ma tonight, send it by Kyra, and let her know to anticipate word from this.
You're not sending Kyra. You're just going to send it through the university, so that Kyra's with you.
Well, I suppose that would work too.
You want to show off your bird.
Part of me wanted to introduce Ma to Kyra.
Oh, show off your bird.
I am proud of her.
Go ahead. I just thought you'd be lonely.
No, Ma, she likes to take care of birds. She likes to feed the wild birds around the house. So I felt that it would be some kind of comfort for her to know that I'm.
Oh, then don't listen to me in this specific moment.
So just for the next moment, don't listen.
About Kyra.
Right. All right. So all right. So that's what I'll do. Thank you so much, Blackstone. I'll make sure to send word with Kyra tonight, and I'll ask Deidre to send a good word, a good report home, if you would.
Which I'm sure she wouldn't mind, especially because she wants all of us to visit her office tomorrow morning.
What?
Oh, is that so?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
What about then?
Well, personally, I had some questions I wanted to ask her, but also she had some questions about, I suppose, what we want to do from here.
Huh. I thought for a second there we were in trouble. Again.
I've never done anything wrong.
Oh, we know that, Theodora. We definitely know that.
Okay, well, I guess we should, make plans to see her. Did she say what time?
First thing in the morning and preferably before classes. So probably during your morning training time.
Okay, so I guess we're just going to get up earlier so Finn can, or not Finn, so Cal can still get his training in.
All right, yeah.
I feel like there's like an edge of glee that this whole conversation absolutely should not have.
So, talk to the teacher tomorrow and then plan our exit to north.
Oh, west first, correct?
Oh, sorry, west.
The wetlands.
Help the town, then go see your mother.
Did you get into my ale?
No, I just haven't been paying attention. When you have a talk strategy, it just gets... I don't know what's going on.
Oreo with a fidget spinner in the corner, just...
That is such a move.
Oreo's like in the corner, like trying to do that, like doing that one thing that was trending on TikTok where people are like going on a handstand and then doing a flip or whatever the fuck it is.
But she's in the air. She's upside down flying doing this.
Amazing.
Where is my fidget spinner?
Okay. As we'll say at this point, you all eventually put together some dinner. Drinks are had. as you all plan for tomorrow and get ready for bright and early Cal having a training session with Deodora and Aurea. As we are back into it. And with that, we're going to end today's session. I want to keep going, but I think this is a good place to stop for now. So yay. Also, congratulations, Sensitive Joy has been drawn for the
Yay
giveaway.
For Joy.
Joy.
Yay!
Love Joy.
And thank you, Rafiki and Fair, for running the giveaway during the show. I appreciate you. So y'all, we're back.
Are we ever?
I have missed y'all so much. I truly, in my heart of hearts, did not think we would have a whole discussion about the philosophy of does cheesecake have a soul or not, but here we are.
Yeah, it's the flavor. The flavor is the soul of any food.
Uh-huh.
Because it was made
It's called
with
soul
love.
food.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
And seasoning.
Made with love.
See?
And seasoning.
Yep. Oh yeah. No, Blackstone's still staring at the. And I did ask Toby what color the cheesecake was, and it was yellowish, yellow white. So something to keep in mind. But this has been a ton of fun, y'all. Okay, let's do a quick go around of where y'all are going to be at this week, because we have a couple new shows that people are going to be in. So Fair, let's start back with you.
Hi, I'm Fair. I've been Deodora. You can follow me on socials at Fairbear. Starting, I guess, this week, because the episode dropped, you can hear me on Fae Forge Academy for the next couple weeks. In a guest appearance. I also do other stuff and things, so just follow me on socials, preferably Twitter, because I just can't get into Hive.
Whole mood. Thank you so much, Fair. Let's jump over to Sin.
Hi, it's me. You can find me as Sinziak in most places except for Twitter, where I'm Sinziak Beta while supplies last. You can also find me with the Waffles, Maple, and Syrup crew this coming Tuesday, where we do reflections, game run in Delta Green. At
Me too.
15 Eastern. I will be there with Fair, who is fine, vibing,
Normal.
Absolutely has nothing going on. It's just like it's looking into picking up her real estate license.
For sure. Okay, let's jump over to April.
Hi, sorry, I have a cat balanced on my arm, and I realized that I have to unmute when you drop the cat. We can't do that. Hi, I'm April. I've been playing Aurea, and this is Edalyn in my lap now. You can find me on Wednesdays. I'm playing with This Is How We Roll, and I play a bard. Thursday, every other Thursday is coming up. Find. God, one day I'll write these down. Robo and I in a new D&D game called Arkenholtz, where we will be playing magical students doing cool magical student things. Where I'll be playing a kobold. Nope. A platypus barbarian. I'm a kobold bard. I don't know. Just follow me on Twitter. I don't know where the hell I am. Ever.
A barbarian?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Harry the barbarian!
Harry the barbarian! They have a magic hat, too.
Oh, yes!
Oh, yay!
That makes my heart so happy.
I'm so happy. Robo.
It's me, RoboGoblin. You can find me at TTRPKips on Twitch, Twitter, and Hive. I am going to be with April on Arkenholt University on Thursday. I don't know exactly what time, but you'll know. Just follow me there. And I'm also going to be on Wednesday in Venture Maidens. That's a really cool thing. And that's basically all. With me.
All right, and Finn.
I've been Finn, and I've been playing Cal, who is learning #growth.
Yes.
And you can find me at Finn Says What, wherever fine tweets are sold, and you will hopefully be hearing some announcements soon. The projects that I'm involved in are yet to come to light, but they are about to break the surface of the interwebs, and hopefully meet the eyeballs of all you lovely people. Speaking of eyeballs, thank you for giving your eyeballs to us today and your ear holes, and we appreciate everything that you have done to make this game so fun to play, because it's more fun to share things you love with people, and that's what I appreciate about you.
Your kids thing.
Yeah.
Oh yes, please, again, the Etsy shop forthcoming. However, DM me at Finn Says What. Again, if you would like any kind of tabletop gear and or apparel commissioned in crochet art.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Finn. And I have been your storyteller, D&D Jordan Lee. I'll be back here tomorrow playing a completely different game, running from rats. It's a great time. Plague's Tale.
Gross.
Feel good story of the year. It's great. Want to thank you all so much for the hype train and for just hanging out with us today. We will be back at it next week. Stay tuned because we will be raiding into somebody momentarily. So let's go use that raid call and give some support to Breedo as we head out. But from all of us to you, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time. Beyond the Veil. Bye, everybody.